Hi, I'm Rochelle, and today I'll be telling you about the LGBTQI experience and some mental health resources. One thing that you should know is that LGBTQI youth are at a greater risk for mental health conditions and suicide. This might be because coming out can be a really scary experience that can cause issues between a youth and the people around them. If you don't feel like you're going to be supported, then coming out can really affect your mental health. It can be really scary if you don't know how someone's going to react.
Growing up, a Vietnamese son, growing up in a very Christian community, and then realizing that I was attracted to, other guys, and realizing that part of my identity as a queer person, it didn't match a lot of the narratives that I was taught growing up.
Conversations about mental health in my community are not something that we talk about often. My parents are very traditional Mexican and I love them, but we also did not share a lot of our emotions growing up.
I held a lot of these sort of heavy emotions in my heart. I didn't talk about them with anybody. And a lot of the self-judgment, that hate that I had growing up turned into depression. And the constant hiding and trying to fit into this mold that really wasn't me developed into anxiety because I was constantly trying to be something else.
There came a point where I was missing school and my performance in school was really being damaged by the way I was physically feeling and what was going through my head at the time. For me, it was really about being concerned that I was going to be bullied in school because I stood out. And it was something that I feared every single day going to school.
Keeping it in and not telling anyone was definitely affecting my mental health. I was journaling about it a lot, wondering if I was valid, wondering if because no one knew, was I not truly a part of the community? Where did I stand? I wasn't sure if I would be accepted into the community or what would happen. So there's some fear with that. I definitely know some people where they can't tell everyone in their circle just because there is a lot of shame around what they want to express, and it's really hard, and I try to support them in that and let them know that they do have people like me who are out there who are supporting them fully.
It wasn't always so easy for me to, own all these different elements of my life and to talk about my story so freely. And after about 4 years of therapy, I was able to make a lot of peace with my identity. I was able to come out and accept myself fully and give that version of myself the permission to just be him.
I had to come out for mental health, but I also had to come out for my sexual orientation because I am bisexual. So I came out to my friends first. They reacted really well, and actually I feel like this happens a lot of time, but because I came out, a lot of my friends came out to me. I feel like it's a lot of camaraderie with that. Like if one person comes out, it makes someone else feel more comfortable to come out.
Seeing other LGBTQ plus young people and older folks in the same room talking openly about their experiences, that really helped me feel less alone.
Talking to my parents about a lot of what I was going through wasn't easy. When I came out to my dad, he asked me son, why were you hiding all this from us? And that was super shocking to me because I'd always thought they didn't want to hear it, they wouldn't get it.
You never know what older generations are going to think, because I think as generations go on, there's more acceptance towards the LGBTQI community, but you never know. Even though my parents loved me, I wasn't sure if it would change how they viewed me. I just wanted them to see me the same, but just be honest with who I am, because I was honest with my mental health. I wanted to be honest with all parts of me. They ended up reacting okay, and there's just questions you have to answer, which can sometimes be exhausting. I think that happens with mental health or gender or sexual orientation, where there's just things you have to get down to the bottom with people. But I think at the end of the day, it's worth it.
My mom had a little bit of a harder time coming to terms, with everything I shared with her. But as she started to see me thrive and just be so happy in these new spaces, she started to get it, and she wanted to learn more about, what I was doing. And yeah, it kind of opened up a whole new door with what I could talk about with my parents, and kind of bringing them along in my healing journey has been priceless.
Being brave is being vulnerable and being able to speak openly about your mental health, about your struggles, and about things you enjoy.
You're not alone in this. The things that you're going through are so valid, and I'm so sorry that you grew up in a world that taught you that you needed to be XYZ to be full. But I want you to look in the mirror and just blow that dust off and continue to see yourself a little bit more every day.
If this feels like this relates to you, feel free to go to thetrevorproject.org or NAMI.org to get resources. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this helped you.